Well, good morning. It's a nice, balmy 28 degrees, and I have a little bit of a story for you, just briefly. And I'll show you a picture too. So this Sunday, I decided it would be a good idea to take the Suburban out to do a little exploring off in the trails. And I ended up getting stuck pretty bad in the Suburban. You know those ruts out there at the end of 10th that I usually try to stay up to the side of and not in? Well, they're completely flooded and washed out. And I locked the hubs in before I went through. I went through the first one in two-wheel drive, no problem, was able to stay up on the berms. The second one, which is significantly worse than the first puddle, I was up on the side and nudged something with the front right tire, is what I'm trying to say. And it, you're talking about completely frozen mud underneath the water. It's just slicker than snot. And so I bumped it, and the whole thing just went chump, chump, chump. It sat on its axles. And then I could not get it to go, the shifter, to lock into four-wheel drive for at least 30 minutes, maybe more. Whole Suburban full of kids and family and all the rest. And everyone else was at church or out of town or whatnot. So it was pretty fun. Lee's truck, the only reason I decided to go out and try anything at all was because Lee was going with me in his truck. Well, we tried for another probably hour to pull it out forwards with Lee's truck until the transmission started to slip, which was not good. So we stopped with that, tried to pull it out a couple of times in reverse, and pulling it out backwards, there's much more of a hill that goes up into the puddle, so I came down like this into this puddle, and it's a very long slope with not great ruts in it either. And so Lee trying to get any sort of traction pulling me uphill, that wasn't happening. So our older brother that lives right here in town came out with his 2008 Suburban that's four-wheel drive and good tires and all the rest. And we had his Suburban and Lee's truck trying to pull me out backwards. That didn't work, and we broke a rope. And right before all of this, I think right after we tried to pull it out forwards with Lee's truck, Lee ran me home really quick because the Suburban was still running and warm and fine, so just gave the wife a pew-pew and locked all the doors and stayed on the phone with her while we ran home. My truck would not start. Tried for 45 minutes. Would not start. All I could get it to do was backfire through the carb. So that's what we're going to be working on today. And I did put the new plug wires on it in a hurry because I did not have the camera this entire time, unfortunately, because it would have probably would have got monetized off of that content. It would have been so good. Kind of annoyed with myself for not doing that. But either way, my truck would not start. Otherwise, it probably would have yanked it right out because that truck is a monster. So right at about the time we got back to the Suburban in Lee's truck, there was a guy on a four-wheeler that pulled up and offered to go get his truck. So he did. And very nice guy, very Irish like the rest of us, so we all got along. But he's got like a 2012 or 2016 Dodge half-ton, street tires, stock wheels, no lift. I mean, we're talking like baby street tires, is no traction. And he sent it hard, probably 4 or 5 times, and we ended up breaking. I gotta go find the other piece of this, actually. We ended up breaking my dad's tow cable. Hopefully you can see. And this thing's been pulling us out for at least 30 years, maybe 40. Probably more like 40. But we've never broke this cable before. And as you can see, we snapped it good. And of course, it broke right in the middle. And the whole chain, because we had a chain, a cable, and another chain. And to get enough length, so that the other person towing didn't have to be in the puddle with us. And it broke right in the middle and fell in the water. I spent 4 hours sludging back and forth in that water behind the Suburban. I mean, it was buried. It was basically touching the bottom of the pipes. This thing was buried. And yeah, so this is the first day I've worn my boots since. They are not waterproof, and you know, I had to break through the ice to drive through the water. So it was not warm water. Couldn't feel my feet for about 3 or 4 hours. So it was exciting. But I didn't lose any toes, so that's good. Anyways, after we broke the cable, we got it all reconnected, and he sent it again about 3 or 4 times. The last time, I actually said a prayer. I was like, come on, get me out of this. And he sent it, and the Suburban went, boom, bam, and it just started to move. And so, you know, obviously I was already on the gas, and it started to move, and then it started slowing down, and I just put my foot straight through the firewall. I catapulted this thing backwards out of that puddle so hard. It was actually pretty funny. Lee told me right after we got it unstuck and, you know, got out and we're talking, he goes, man, I have never seen a square body move so fast in reverse. That thing was flying. Yeah, I'm glad the guy towing me was staying in the gas so I didn't rear end him. So it was a very fun Sunday, and then he drove through the first puddle that I went through on the way in. He drove through it on the way out, and of course by now it's like 6:30 at night, and it's been dark for an hour and a half. And he immediately got stuck right in the very deepest part of that puddle. So I had to turn around and tow him back out, and then we got home. So today, I've got some groceries to go get, and I don't want to drive the Suburban much more until I have a chance to get under it and make sure it didn't tear anything up. So I've got to drive the truck, which doesn't run. So let's go fix that. And as you can see, we've got enough snow now. Maybe we can have a little bit of fun. I just realized my camera has been tilted like this the whole time. I hope you don't mind. Let's get to work and stop yapping. It was fun times. Well, as I've told you guys a few times in the past, my camera is not waterproof, so we will open the hood, and then I'm gonna have to bring you guys inside. Or at least under the hood with me is what I'm trying to say. I will be eternally grateful to my brother for these lovely waterproof insulated leather gloves that he got me for Christmas. There we go. Hold on, I'm gonna grab a broom or something that is very heavy, and I'm gonna be underneath there. I don't want it to come down and knock me out. If this does fix the truck, I'm thinking on driving back out to where we got stuck to just show you guys, you know, just so you can lay eyes on it and get a better idea in person, you know what I mean? I'm glad we're actually getting some snow that's gonna stick, but it stinks because it's gonna warm up in the next day and a half and it's all gonna melt, which is, you know, annoying. I want some real snow. I want to go play. Okay. Short guy problems. Okay. All right, let's go underneath. All right, I think this is the only way that this is gonna work. You're not gonna be able to see me, but you'll be able to see what we're doing. So give me just 1 second. I'll grab some tools. All right. Where's my my wing nut? Just hang out there, please. While I climb in here. Huh. How did I do this before? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention an important part. So, when the Suburban had very first broke down out in Spokane, and I thought that I blew the motor. Let me start over. When I first bought the Suburban, that black bull bar on the front came with two of these little baby 1/2-inch clevises. When we towed it home from Spokane, I was terrified that they were going to break. And we had the cable put through both of them, and I was still absolutely terrified, I guess is the politest thing I can say on YouTube, that it was going to snap every single time there was any sort of a jerk towing it home. When we tried to tow it out, we hooked through both of them and tried to tow it out frontwards, and I was scared they were going to break. Well, that stinger hitch thing, whatever it is, on the back of the Suburban, it has no ball, and I don't have an extra ball for it. So, what we had to do, was we put one of these things through that hitch piece, and the chain through that, and then a cable and chain to the other truck. This thing stood up to being yanked on and beat on for 4 hours, and we booked the cable before this little tiny, just toy clevis. It literally says right there, 1/2-inch. And it's like a Harbor Freight deal. I do not understand. I just don't. How did we break the cable, but we didn't break that stupid little clevis? So, needless to say, I went and bought a couple more bigger ones, but I bought a couple more. Actually, I think there was only one left when I went to pick them up, so I bought one more. And these things are staying with the Suburban forever. And the one that pulled me out, I think I may end up turning into a Christmas ornament because, you know, retire it with some dignity. Because that thing is more than paid for itself. Come on now, be nice to me, please. Alright, now I think I'm done yapping. And what we are trying to get in here to replace is, the only thing I can figure is either it's the coil or the ignition control module. It's one of the two. So we're going to replace the ignition control module first and see if that fixes it. Okay. By the way, I took off some of the longest spark plug wires I've ever seen in my life off of this thing. And the new set that I got are some of the shortest I've ever seen in my life. So, I guess it all evens out. Oh yeah, the other thing we bought, some boots for these plug wires so we don't cook these new plug wires. Alright. I see the piece I'm looking for already, so hopefully that's an easy swap. Every Chevy person I know that I've talked to, being mainly my dad and Jeff from Napa, have said that they believe it is this little ignition control module thing as well. So we're going to try that first. Let me see if I can see how this comes apart. Okay, yellow on the outside and green on the inside. That's it. That's all she is. So it plugs in down here like so. Hopefully I don't have to take all of that junk off. That would be unfortunate. Okay. This is the original GM component, so it's pretty impressive it's lasted as long as it has. Alright. Taking off the glove, because when you're performing such delicate surgery in such cold weather, you don't want to be dropping stuff. Yeah, I think that's it. If I'm not mistaken, that is not, that's not just anti-stick or lubrication or whatever. I believe, I don't know how well you can see, I believe that's its guts that it spit out, kind of like what Ford and Mopar do when they get hot. And you just plug this back into here, drop it back down into place, get your miniature wannabe nuts, and you suck it back down. I don't know these things that I'm saying, I'm just assuming, which my mom always used to tell me to never assume, but I've never really listened. Okay, I don't want to break it, so just get it nice and snug and then give it, just a little tiny, like that. Yeah, that's plenty tight. Alright, now we put the button back on. Button, button, button. Who's got the button? I don't know who, in their infinite wisdom, decided to call this a button. I mean, to me, I don't know. I've never had any article of clothing that's had anything on, or that resembles anything like this, let alone a button. You guys will have to let me know in the comments if you have, because I'm still pretty in the dark about that. Alright, well, everything's plugged in. Leave those over there. These over here. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. Let's see what happens. Poof. Just stay out of the way, will ya? Alright, well, cross your fingers, toes, all the things you got. Let's crank her up. Here we go. Wow. It's more than I got before. My brand new Napa starter. Nope. That's the same thing she was doing before. Yeah. It's gotta be the coil. My brand new 100-foot extension cord that I bought for my Christmas lights. And then, my Christmas lights were the problem, not my extension cord. So this thing has never actually been used for anything besides plugging in dead lights. So that's how you know it should be good. I have to say, I've never really enjoyed my lack of height, but in moments like this, it's pretty doggone convenient to not be over 6 feet tall, because it's much, much harder if I had another, what would that even be? 4 inches? 3 inches. 3 inches of height. Would not be a lot of fun. Okay. So what I was looking at here is that I have a ground wire that runs from this ground down to this blade that sticks in the middle slot. On the other side, I've got the coil itself grounded to this other piece. All I was seeing was this initial one coil wire, or one ground wire from the coil to this frame here. And I was thinking, man, that is not right. How am I gonna make that work? Well, by not being an idiot and looking at all the parts is how you make it work. You'd think I'd learn this by now. What it looks like to me is instead of an additional wire sticking down into that deal, this piece just connects right there and is just a solid piece that hopefully is not going to work. Oh, what? Don't do that to me. There's no way. Is it meant to go on the bottom? That's possible. Ah, yes. Okay, that seems to make much better sense to me. Ah, yeah. Okay. So now we slide these in. Just kind of poke the wires around so I don't get caught on anything. Truck better doggone well run after this so I can go do some snow drifting. Alright, that feels pretty good and solid. Let's try again. Alright, here we go again. Naturally. Yep. Well, that's not working. Well, I'm gonna try one more part. I gotta run an app before it, and I'm gonna get some new battery terminals and whatnot, and excuse me. And we'll tear into that distributor a third time, and we'll see if maybe that does it. But the way that it sounds to me and is behaving, it sure seems like it's, I don't know. It seems like the timing set to me. I would check it, but I need a second set of eyes. You can toss a torque or a socket on your crankshaft and have somebody look at the rotor while you're turning and see how much slop you've got to kind of get an idea on that. But since I don't have anybody else here with me today, I can't do that. So we're just going to shotgun one more part at it and cross our fingers that it works. I will be back shortly. Man alive, it is extremely slippery. I just locked in my hubs. We're in town now. Just got out of Napa. Decided to hold off on that last part because it's one of them parts you got to disassemble the whole distributor to do, and I'm just not in the mood to do that right now. But what I think I might try to do is tomorrow, I'm pretty sure I'll have to do it tomorrow, I will check my spark plugs. I've checked them all as far as looseness, but I have not checked to see if they're still good. And the guys at Napa brought up a good point. Both old Chevy heads. My truck burns a ton of oil right now because of the valve seals, and it also runs extremely rich, which I can't figure out why. And it stop. All the way stop, please. Oh my goodness. Just about ran a red light straight into the semi. Okay, there's another car in the ditch, or not in the ditch, but stuck. Anyways, oh yeah, so the plugs that I put in that were out of Lee's truck are used, and they are like 2 steps colder than the plugs that I've got. And if he's making it barely, and if it's running that rich and burning that much oil, I could have fouled them out already, because that's what it's sounding like and acting like more than anything besides the slip timing chain, is that it's just not even firing on at least 2 to 3 cylinders. So I'm gonna double check spark, and I have that brand new set of hotter plugs at home that I haven't put in yet, and I might just do that and see if that does anything at all. Sorry, I'm a little scattered trying to talk while you have no traction and traffic around you is insane. It's hard to concentrate. I don't know how much time we're gonna have left by the time I get home. It's already getting pretty dark. I only was able to do about 35 all the way here, so it took me, a solid 20-25 minutes. And Suburban, please stop. Okay. Whoa! Don't hit the truck. It is slick. Drift. Okay. Made that corner a little more fun. I'm gonna stop talking now because this is pretty concentration heavy. I can't word either right now. Anyways, I'm gonna check. I don't know if I'm gonna do it tonight or not yet. Today is my mom's birthday and tomorrow is my birthday, so probably won't take a day off, but I may try to stop and see my mom on the way home or before we head home. And so I don't know how much more filming I'm gonna be able to get done tonight. We'll see. Probably have to catch up tomorrow. All right. Well, I know that you can't see me, and that's fine. We just came out here to the end of 10th on our way home to make sure no one is as dumb as us, and came out here during this blizzard and got themselves stuck. And I don't see any lights or anything immediately, so we are not going to be dumb, and we're going to turn around and go home because I've got groceries, and as confident as I am now in this old Suburban, this is a lot of very wet, heavy snow. So I will not be risking getting stuck right now, especially with my truck not running, and my brother's truck not quite cut out for towing something like this out. It is really, really coming down. We'll do a little tiny bit of fun right here, just see if she'll go up this. Oh yeah. Didn't mind at all. I really, really wish that my truck was running so we could be out here in my truck doing this. Whew. Yep, I'm just gonna go home. I have been creeping at like 25 to 30 miles an hour all the way home because this is so severe. Well, it's not that bad, but it's incredibly slick. I mean, just the slickest, sloppiest, heavy, wet snow. Well, it was, and now it's all freezing. So it's got that layer of crust and froze on top of the slush. So that's gonna do it. I'm turning off these lights. It is blowing like mad too. It's probably at least 20 miles an hour. So I will not be climbing under the hood of my truck tonight to change spark plugs. That will be left for another day. All right, I'm gonna get home and go make some pizza. Okay, we just pulled in the driveway here. Just to give you an idea of what I've been chipping off. Hopefully you can kind of see, maybe not so much on that side. Can you see any better? Over here. There's a mountain of snow that I'm digging out of the bumper and peeling off of this thing. It is packed up everywhere. It was packed up doggone near to the tire, and I got most of it off out there, but yeah. It's a mess. It's a mess outside. I really wish it was daytime and my truck was running so I could go have some fun. But, you know. Oh, also, real quick, interesting fact. I knocked one of the wires loose on my reverse lights. But, all of a sudden, now, my actual reverse lights work, as well as the get off my tail lights. So, that's pretty neat. Probably something messed up in the wiring. I'll have to take a look at it when I put it back together and see if I can figure it out. Because if I could have both, that'd be great. All right. Huh? You did? For me? Oh, thanks. I love snow. It's super freezing. Got in my beard. There, don't want you to get too cold.
It got in my coat.
Hey, no. Okay. No, don't throw over here right now, Aaron. I gotta film for a minute. Okay, guys. I'll eat some more in just a minute, okay? Hold on. That's not gonna work. It's gooder. There. You can see, kinda. There we go. So, I bought a tow rope in case we ever get stuck again, or hopefully more than likely have to pull other people out. Check this section out. Let me use the right key first. How cool is that? By the way, hey, what I was going to show you guys yesterday and did not is a picture of getting stuck. Give me 1 second. I don't have any gloves on. I was very, very, very stuck. It was buried. Yeah. So, well, this is what I ordered. I'm not going to pull the handle for the tailgate right now because when I do, the window doesn't like to go back up. So, I went on Amazon and found a Chinese branded kinetic rope, and it feels actually pretty decent, not too bad. Works good for tying around your kids' neck and just lull now and then. Look at this rope. It is extremely heavy, It looks very good quality. I'm not disappointed. It's $100. It's a beast. It's 30 feet long. It's a 1-inch cable or 1-inch rope. Heavy and awkward. But this canvas bag is kind of cheap, but the rope itself feels awesome. I read a lot of reviews, and yeah, stitching's already coming out of the... That's fine. Doesn't matter. As long as it holds stuff. Ugh. Anyways, so that's going in the back of here. Oh, okay. Went the wrong way. I also found a proper square body hitch for this thing. I'll show you that really quick, and then we'll get going on the truck. Okay. So, I didn't... I will in just a minute. This hitch here, obviously, you know, it's fine, but I have no idea how this little tiny hitch here pulled us out of what we were in. Does not make any sense to me at all. That, with a broken cable and everything else, this thing is, I mean, it's welded in 3 places, but it's just, didn't seem that strong to me, to be honest with you. Okay, grab my battery charger, gloves. We're gonna have to go set you guys up first. Oh, I need the battery charger actually. Okay, just 1 second, bud. Losing daylight fast. Had to go do a few things today. Where you sit there on the snow? Nice. Oh, careful. You enjoying eating all that snow? You know what I am a little bit bummed about is that I'm stuck here doing this instead of breaking out the go-kart. This is perfect weather for the go-kart. We could be drifting that thing everywhere, slinging it all over the place. If we get any more snow at all this year before I go back to work, we are definitely digging out the go-kart. Perfect. All right. Oh, that's not gonna work. It's supposed to hit 41 degrees here in the next few days, which is unbelievable. All right. I'll plug my battery charger back in. Give it a little boost. Okay. So, I don't know if I told you or not, I can't remember, but basically what we're wondering is if maybe since the plugs I put in this were out of Lee's truck and they were used. Oops. Sorry about that, Shroud. We're wondering. There are a couple steps colder of a plug, and since this truck burns so much oil and runs so rich, wondering if maybe, just maybe, these things are completely fouled out, which I believe they are. It smells like straight gasoline. Does not look good. I'll show you guys in a minute. Try to do this as quick as I can because I've only got about 20 or 30 minutes of daylight left. Oh, about them being cold though. It's possible they just, fouled themselves out right away. I think I did tell you that now that I think about it. Let's try these. Oh, you know what? Before I do this, I forgot. I do want to do a compression check on this thing really quick. Let me go grab that. Oh, watch out, bud. Hey, stop that. What do you think you're doing? Daddy doesn't have a snowsuit like you. You're freezing me. Hey. Just a minute. I gotta do this first really quick, okay? Alright. Here's a compression tester. Try to get this thing threaded in. I've been kind of curious what my compression is on this truck for a while anyways. Now we'll find out. Alright. Oops. Since we know it won't start, I don't have to do anything different. You just crank it over. Okay. Let's see what happens. Oh, right. Man, you're what? You're all ready to do what? To go sledding? What if I'm not ready to go sledding? I am. Oh, I didn't know I was. Okay. There's that lovely Napa starter. I don't know what the problem with that is. Should be plenty to see what we're at. Maybe it's not tight enough. It has to have, oops, has to be more than 50. Let's try that again. It's definitely that one cylinder that's not firing. Here, you know what? You guys can watch this for me so I can see what's going on. I'm not trying to make it fire. I'm trying to see why it won't start. Alright, I'm gonna have you guys watch this one for me too, really quick, just so I have an idea of where I'm at. I have a theory though. What? Oh yeah. Oh, just hold him for me for a minute, please. I got it. I know. Can you see him? Oh, he's right there. Okay. I think it was plugs. You saw the compression test. The whole passenger bank is all 125. The whole driver's side's all 100. And I for sure was not firing on at least 3 cylinders. I'll take the spark plugs in and show you in just a minute. But first, we're gonna do a cold start. This thing ought to run. Let's give it a shot. Let me go get a light. All right, here goes nothing. Listen to that. That actually sounds good. Still a little bit rough, actually. Not really sure what that's about. But it's much better than it was. Could just be that it's so cold and it's got such a heavy cam or such a choppy cam in it. But that's not violently shaking like it was before. It's just kind of wiggling. And I'm all right with that. Oh yeah. Sounds way better. Sounds like it's firing on all 8 cylinders, even though it's dead rich and burning all kinds of oil. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. It's running perfect. Just bring the idle up a little bit. It's doing great. I cranked my idle way up the other day trying to get it to run. There we go, that's better. That's better, huh? You can still see how much oil it's burning and how dead rich it is. Good oil pressure though still. I don't think that it's rings, and I guess it did not slip timing, so that's all good news. Well, let me move into the garage and I'll show you these plugs. I was chipped in the snow, taking my trash to the street. My lid came back and dumped all the snow on my head. That was exciting. Okay, so here is the number one plug. You can tell that it's completely fouled out, all the soot. There's absolutely nothing going on that plug. Here is number two, or excuse me, other way around. This one's number one. Just nothing. You can see up under the strap, there is zero firing going on in there. Same with number one, and same with most of them. This thing is absolutely baked in oil. Let's see, trying to get the right lighting here. If my camera would stay on. I don't know why it won't focus, but just not good. Not good at all. Same with all the rest of them. This one is completely sooted out. That one was not firing. There's at least 3 minimum that were not firing at all. That one's oily. I mean, they're all oily. I don't know what I'm trying to say. That thing's filled. That one is not firing. Same story all the way through. Absolutely nothing that I can tell on these things. These fouled out immediately. I didn't even have a chance to actually drive this thing. So we know that our oil consumption and burning is less than desirable. I'm gonna have to brainstorm on that for a second and figure out what I want to do, because I still need to do some tinkering on the Suburban before we're done. But I also would like my truck to run. What I might do, since it's not necessarily hurting anything, is I would like to take this out to the end of 10th, go have some fun, play in the snow, foul out these plugs, bring it home, put it in the garage, go from there. And that's what the plan is. This video is already long, so I'm just gonna end it out here. I hope you guys have a great day. My microphone is currently like at 2%. So, I hope you guys have a great week. At least we got the truck running. That's a huge win. Now we know what the problem is, and we have a brand new ignition system with some fancy hot rod plug wires. So, it looks cool in there too. Red, chrome, and blue. As close as you can get to red, white, and blue without paint. Alright, I'm done. I'll see you guys next week. Stay tuned for next week. Unless the Suburban has a catastrophic failure, I'm going to take the truck out to 10th. We're going to go play in the snow and have some fun. I'll see you then.